So let's talk about how to maximize your pretty privilege as a black woman. All right, so first things first, you need to take care of your body. Get in shape, ladies. Exercise at least 3 times a week. If you need to lose weight, then of course, exercise a little bit more than that. You also need to work on your diet, so that you can glow from the inside out. Um, you need to make sure that you are connected to your body as well. And of course, exercise and especially things like yoga connects your mind, body, and soul so that you feel safe and comfortable inside of your body. There's no reason why you should be overweight. Like there is literally no excuse for it. Being overweight is a choice. You are choosing to abuse your body by, excessively eating, having poor eating habits, not exercising. The reason why your body aches and you have a lot of pains is simply because you are not respecting and taking care of your body. You only get one body. That's where you live. Your body has taken you through life. You and your body have been through so much. So why don't you return the favor to her and take care of your body? Love on your body. Because when you love on your body, you won't go out into the world projecting on in shape black women and telling them that they're too skinny or they need some meat on their bones, because you are loving on yourself so you don't go around projecting. And just so you know, as a slim black woman, I don't project or make comments about anybody's body except for the body's bodying or girl, look at your booty. Other than that, that's about all I be thinking, or I might say to somebody if I know her, of course. But yeah, connect with your body, take care of your body, because as black women, we're already very beautiful women. We have nice body shapes, and a lot of black women, even as slim women, you have curves. If you exercise a little bit 3 times a week, you'll realize, like, wait a minute, I got a little curves. Now I can't help you with the booty because all black women don't have booty, but we all got curves. So the next thing I want to talk about, in order to maximize your pretty privilege as a black woman, is healing from trauma. There is nothing more attractive than walking around bleeding on people who didn't do anything to you, projecting on people. Personally, I have a lot of women, and sometimes men do this too, but mostly women, mostly black women, who project their insecurities and their issues onto me. Like, say one day I decide to not go to work because, girl, I like my life. And you know what? I woke up and was like, nah, I want to enjoy my day. So I don't go to work. So I have a coworker that might text me, oh my God, are you okay? Is everything fine? Like, girl, I'm an adult who decided not to come to work. I'm not having a mental breakdown. Okay. And this stuff like this comes from people who have those type of issues. So you need to heal. Black women having bad attitudes and snapping on people all the time, it's because you're unhealed, baby. You're very unhealed. You're broken. And you're going out into the world taking your anger out on random people at the store, on the train, at your job. Like, girl, I just met you 2 days ago. I didn't do anything to you. So you need to heal, because that is so unattractive. And it will also age you. And of course, it's going to cause health issues if you don't heal. Because a lot of people who have a lot of black women and women in general, really, who have poor eating habits, it's a trauma response. So your bad eating habits is a trauma response, and you need to heal that. When I say you need to heal that, I'm talking about you really need to do the shadow work. Baby, go to therapy. Use whatever spiritual practices you have. Journaling. You need to heal, okay? You shouldn't be 40 and 50 years old still talking about what happened to you when you was 12 and carrying it around like it's a personality trait, and then going into the world and just being rude and disrespectful to everybody. I'm sick of it, and it needs to stop. And I am, and of course, a lot of black women can relate to this. Y'all can relate to this. You just at work, or at school, and there's this one girl or two girls, but it's always that one girl who just, she's miserable. She always got an attitude. It's just like, girl, nobody did nothing to you, but those women are broken. You're walking around broken, and you're projecting that onto other people, and it makes you unattractive to women. And men, nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to befriend you. Nobody wants to invite you anywhere because you all you're gonna do is bleed and project. And let me tell you something. Gossiping is also a form of trauma because healed people ain't walking around talking down about people to make themselves feel better. Some of y'all like getting the tea, as they say, on people so you can bring the person down a peg so you can feel better about yourself because you are comparing yourself to them in the first place. Like, look, I knew she would all that. I knew it. And you don't even know if what you've been told is even true in the first place because you and the person, quote unquote, gossiping about this person, this woman who's on her P's and Q's, because it's always a woman on her P's and Q's that y'all like to gossip about. You don't even know if any of that is even true. You need to heal, baby. Do the work. And it's not going to be easy. And it's not going to be fun. And it is going to take time. It's going to take at the very least, it's going to take you 1 year. At the very least, okay? The very least, it's going to take a year. You can't heal in 3 months. You can't heal in 6 months, especially if you've been carrying around your trauma for years. You know, like, so many Black women are broken. So broken, okay? And that's why y'all do stuff like want to be a social justice warrior, which I think is just so tacky for Black women. Girl, why are you doing all that rah-rah for a bunch of nonsense? You're trying to give yourself a purpose, but your purpose needs to be healing, okay? And like I said, being broken also takes away from your beauty, and it will age you. Bitter people seem to age. You're going to age because your bitterness is going to turn on your body. You're going to have sicknesses. You're going to gain weight. Maybe your skin break out. Maybe your hair fall out. You're going to have all kind of things wrong with your body because you're broken and your body is trying to signal to you, hey, you need to fix this. You need to heal. You need to do the inner work. Okay. So the third thing that will help Black women maximize their pretty privilege is to learn to love and actually wear your natural hair. Now, you don't have to wear your natural hair 365 days out the year if you don't want to, but you should be able to go at least 2-3 months wearing your natural hair, okay? And also, just so you know, an afro is a hairstyle. So don't let nobody tell you your hair not done because it's in an afro because, baby, you don't get to just wash your hair and have an afro, by the way. You actually have to it comes with a lot of steps to make that afro look how you want your afro to look. And then it's funny because the day 3 afro is always the best afro. Day 1 afro, you be like, all right. Day 2, you be like, I see you, girl. Day 3, you be like, this the one, okay? And you also need to make sure that you are actually following women with your hair texture. All Black women don't have 4C hair. So it seems like the natural hair community is for 2 people. The girls with the type 3 hair and 4C hair. I have 3C and 4A hair. And when I tell you, I barely find content for my hair texture, y'all. Cause it's like, it's all about 4C or it's about the 3A, the loose curl girls. But the ones of us that's in between, we be like, girl, ain't no content creators with my hair type. But anyway, you need to make sure that you are finding girls and women to follow that have your exact hair type. And make sure you're not doing all these hairstyles where you have to stretch your hair and you got to put 5 hair bows in your head to get a slick back bun, baby. Your hair does not go into a slick back bun. You don't have that hair. If it takes you hours to do a slick back bun with your natural hair, guess what? Your hair is not meant for that. Find hairstyles that are easy and soft on your hair. When I mean soft, that means you don't have to put a pound of gel in your hair to lay it down. You don't have to, like I said, put multiple hair ties in your hair to do a hairstyle because that's tension. And you're going to pull your hair out. And you're gonna get frustrated because it took you 3-4 hours to do a hairstyle that's not even meant for your hair. Your hair is telling you, girl, I don't like this. I don't want this. This ain't for us. Okay. And also the key to your natural hair is water. You need to, as a Black women have this thing where they don't think they need to wash their hair as often. Lies. And that also comes from the natural hair community too. You need to wash your hair. You do not need to go longer than 2 weeks without washing your hair. I personally have found that the more I wash my hair, the better my hair thrives and prospers. The more I wash my hair, the better she grows. I wash my hair either every 3 days or once a week. That's how often water hits my hair. And remember, the only way to actually moisturize your hair is water. Water is how you moisturize your natural hair, and everything that follows is a sealant to seal in your butters, your grease, your oil. That's it. But unless you put water in your hair is not moisturized, sis. Okay. You need to like I said, just simple hairstyles. Your natural hair isn't hard. You're making it hard. Find out what works for your hair, like as far as styles goes. Like I tell y'all, I got three. I'm almost I got like three hairstyles I like. I like my afro. I like my high soft puff, and then I might do two puffs. My two puffs in the front with a puff with just an afro in the back. That's it. That's all. That's all I do for my natural hair. And she's thriving and she's prospering. And then if you need more help with your natural hair, then you need to do the research to find a natural hairstylist in your city. Because they are out there. They have whole natural hair beauty salons. They exist, but you don't know because you're not putting the effort into doing it. Okay. And personally, Black women look the best with their natural hair. There's no hairstyle that looks better on Black women than their natural hair. Afros, okay, looks the best. It's like the ultimate goddess just walked in a room when a Black woman has a fro. And also, when it comes to your natural hair, there are actually some outfits, some styles that won't look right with your natural hair. And so you also need to make sure you're wearing the outfits that go with your hair. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, well, really, natural hair can go with anything. Let me take that back. Natural hair can really go with any outfit. It actually can elevate the outfit to the next level. My personal opinion on that. Well, I digress from that one. So the fourth thing that can help Black women maximize their pretty privilege is cutting off toxic people and toxic habits. All the excessive drinking, excessive smoking. The key word here is excessive. You can smoke if you like to smoke. You can drink if you like to drink, but don't do it excessively because, first of all, drinking will actually make you bloated, which means if you're on a weight loss journey, you ain't gonna never lose that weight because drinking makes you bloated. So just so you know, excessive drinking makes you bloated. So excessive drinking, excessive smoking, holding on to horrible relationships. I'm talking about family relationships, dating relationships, friendships, work relationships. You need to let it go. Even relationships you got with people online, like you're following people who make you sad and depressed about yourself. You're following people who are on the internet faking luxury lifestyles, but it's really just a rented car. They're living in a house with like 4 other people. You're following stuff like that, and it's not even real. Okay, it's not even real. And another thing that a lot of Black women can do that they can cut off is cut off capping for the Black community. Stop it. The Black community, as a Black woman that's trying to elevate and level up in life, is going to be your greatest downfall. Disconnect from that. Now, I like being a Black woman, but I can care less about the Black community because the Black community is just not it. You know what I'm saying? The habits, the mindset, the culture of the Black community is straight degenerate. It's like an extremely low frequency. So you need to cut off toxic habits and toxic people. Okay. And of course, the best follow-up point for that is number 5 is to create boundaries. Black women, we are always taught to self-sacrifice. Stop it. You do not sacrifice for nobody, not even your kids. Let me tell you, as a mother, my son do not come first. I come first. So in your life, you should be coming first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. When you decide to pour out and to help other people and do things for other people, that should be the overflow of your already overfilled cup. So people should get the overflow of you, but not your actual cup. Do you get what I'm saying? Learn to say no and stand on it. The more you say no, the more people who are not for you will automatically just remove themselves from your life. Sheila always used to give me a ride to work. I know she had to drop her kids off, come pick me up, drop me off, then hurry up and rush to her job. But shoot, I know I can depend on her. Why is a grown, able-bodied adult not able to call their own Uber? Get your butt on the bus, catch a train, girl, catch a taxi. I don't care if it's your sister. You don't do that for people. Why are you running yourself thin when only thing you're responsible for is yourself and your kids? Okay. And then if you ain't got no kids, stop letting people deem you the automatic babysitter. If your child freezes, Them ain't my kids. You can love your nieces and nephews. You can love your little cousins. You can love your god kids. You ain't responsible for babysitting unless you want to. And then you really don't got to babysit. If you also don't want to, like, nah, I'm good. Them your kids. You shouldn't have had them. You should have thought about that before you had 5 kids. You feel me? Let grown able-bodied adults deal with the consequences of their own actions. You are not responsible for anybody but yourself. And also, cutting off religion as Black women, all that Christianity, Muslim, Jehovah, cut that stuff off. Cut it off. Because it teaches you to self-sacrifice. You are not, when you look at ancient spiritual texts, because y'all know I'm not a Christian, when you look at ancient spiritual texts, none of them talk about marriage or children. None of them. All of it is about self. All of it is about becoming your best self, becoming your higher self. That's what life is about. You have been tricked by the patriarch, because women, we have so much power. A lot of people are jealous of women. A lot of people are jealous of Black women. You have so much power, girl, in your pinky toe. Do you understand? And they trying to get you to give that power to everybody else so that you don't create the life that you've always wanted. They get you to get into these terrible relationships. They get you to get in these marriages. They're trying to convince you to have all these kids. Say no to it. If they say you selfish, good. Once you start hearing people tell you that you're selfish, you have won. You have strong boundaries. Okay. Great. You did it. You stop being a people pleaser. You stop sacrificing. You're not a martyr. You don't do that. Okay. For nobody. Remember, you come first. You are your number one. And this is about self-preservation. Because, selfish people actually take, and they never give. That's different for somebody just calling you selfish because you got boundaries because they can no longer use you. Okay, I hope y'all understand it. Okay. And the last tip I got for you ladies to maximize your pretty privilege as a Black woman is build a wardrobe. I know people like to talk down on aesthetics, but having an aesthetic is a great thing, by the way. And you can use Pinterest to look up different aesthetics and how you build your actual wardrobe and personal style. Normally, it's a hodgepodge of multiple things. Like for me, I like the witchy look. I like the boho look. I like, a little edgy, a little grunge, right? So what I used to do, the mistake I used to make is I used to focus on one thing. Like I used to be really into boho, but when I put on full boho aesthetic, y'all, I look homeless. I look dusty. I get a Grand Risings Black Queen. It's a no for me. I do not know. I'm not a Hotep. Okay. Like it's a no for me. But what I later found out is I kept going on my figuring out what is my aesthetic, what is my style is I like boho accessories. That's what I like. So I like accessorizing in the boho look, but then I also like the goth vampire kind of grungy look. So I do like Doc Martens. I actually have a dress that looks exactly like Morticia Adams, and I'm so happy. I just found this dress this year, y'all. I gasped when I found it at the store. I was like, I've been looking for this forever. So when I put all that together, when I put my boho, witchy, vampire, grunge look together, it's me. So your personal style is normally a hodgepodge of everything you like. And it's normally certain things from certain aesthetics that you like. It's not the full, and like with the makeup and stuff, like I like the clean girl look. So I do like, maybe I put on tinted moisturizer or not, but I do like mascara, lip gloss. Sometimes I do lip liner, and then I do my eyebrows. That's it. That's what I like as far as like makeup. So you see, I put all this together and now I look like Cameron's personal style. And that's how you build your wardrobe. So find all the aesthetics you like and then focus on what exactly is the thing from this aesthetic that I actually like, because that's where you're making a mistake. You're focusing on one aesthetic and you're trying to do the full aesthetic and it doesn't feel right because it's not the full aesthetic that you like. It's just certain aspects of that aesthetic you like. So find your personal style. And of course, this will be the last thing you want to do to maximize your pretty privilege, because if you ain't taking care of your body and you're unhealed, all of this is going to fail. It's not going to work. Okay. So I hope this video was helpful, ladies. And of course, leave your comments in the comment section and I will talk to you ladies in the next video. Bye.